Welcome to the Thought Boss Podcast. This is your host, Nicole. I'm here to show you that all the help you need is already inside of you and that you're far more powerful than you give yourself credit for. I'm glad you're here. Now let's turn you into a thought boss. Hello, friends. Okay, I want to ask you a question and I want you to answer it honestly. When was the last time that you celebrated reaching a goal? We have this problem that tends to pop up when we reach our goals, and we forget to celebrate when we're halfway there, when we're 3/4 of the way there, and when we get there, because our brain has this job of moving a little too fast from successes and always looking for more. That's your brain's job, to always look for the next thing. It thinks more is better. And surprise, surprise, it has a lack mindset. A lack mindset just means that your brain is designed to tell you that there's not enough food, not enough shelter, not enough friends, not enough people who like you, and that that's dangerous and that you might die. Because your brain wants you to stay alive, right? That kind of makes sense. So, a lack mindset is when you don't realize what you actually have. And it's the complete opposite of an abundance mindset. And it kills your confidence. It also kills your goals. You really do attract what you're focused on all of the time. If you're always focused on what is missing, which is essentially like you get to a goal and then your brain is like, oh, but you know what? 8 isn't enough. Now I need 16. Oh, 16 isn't enough. Now I need 100. And it never lets it sit in this place where 8 is good and 16 is good. Even though when you were at 0, you thought that those places would be amazing. And now you're there and you're like, no, let's get to the next place. So your brain is just actually designed to do this. And when you focus on what is missing, that is always what you're going to find. Things that are missing. So even though amazing things may be present in your life, maybe you're reaching your goals, maybe somebody's reaching out to you and they're excited to work with you, your brain is always going to say, what's the next step? Where do we need to go next? Because your brain is busy telling you, here's what's wrong, here's what's missing, here's what you need to fix and what you need to change. Your brain won't even notice when you've actually reached your goal because that's not helping its job. Your brain telling you did a great job. This is awesome. Let's keep going. You should celebrate. That's not its job because that doesn't actually help it stay alive. So it's always going to be looking to the next month's goals that haven't been reached and to the next thing that you should have accomplished. This is especially important when you're not currently reaching the goals that you're setting. So if your number is 8 and you're only at 2, it's very tempting to look at that gap and say, 6 are missing. That's just the most normal thing to do. That's where our brains go. And you'll say 6 are missing, so that means something's wrong with me. That means I'm doing something wrong. And how do I fix it? How do I step up? What's the next thing that I have to do? And it'll sit in this place of confusion and frustration that you didn't reach your goal. We kind of forgot the part where you're allowed to say, oh my gosh, wow, I got 2. I had 0 and I got 2. In other words, something went right here. Do you hear this? Your brain doesn't ever offer you this thought that something went right here, does it? But something did go right because you went from 0 to 2. That means you can totally duplicate that. Let's just celebrate that something went right now. Let's recognize I'm an amazing salesperson. I'm an amazing leader. I'm an amazing network marketer. I'm amazing at what I do. Something I need to remind myself of is the truth is that the reason I got the 2 instead of 0 is because I am amazing. Because I'm doing things that people want. I'm selling something that people want. So let's just stop and notice that I actually did do something because something actually happened. Your brain wants to say, oh, it didn't work. You need to scrap everything and start over. But what really happened is that you didn't quite reach your goal, but you reached a little bit of it, just not to the multiple that you expected. You moved the needle, and that was the goal. So what if you actually did it right? What if it totally worked? Then you're missing out on the secret that you already have figured out. Now, the other thing that can happen is that you reach your goal, but you don't take time for the celebration, which means you also don't take time for evaluation. Evaluation is, let's look at everything that went right. It's a moment of actually having the thing that you wanted. If you never spend any time having, like in the having of the thing that you wanted, there is no point to ever having that thing. Does that make sense? Why do you want a thing unless you're actually going to enjoy the thing that you have? I know that sounds ambiguous, but why try to reach the goal of making $100,000 in your business if you're never going to actually feel good about making $100,000 in your business? I know that at some point you might allow yourself like 5 minutes to appreciate what you created. And usually it's like 5 years down the road, and you'll like make this post on Instagram saying, wow, look at this amazing life that I've created. And it wouldn't have been possible unless I would have kept going, and I'm so proud of myself and all these things. That is not enough. It's not specific, and it's not an evaluation. It's your brain saying, oh my gosh, I woke up and I noticed one day, wait a second, this is a totally different life than I used to have. And it's going to blame your circumstances instead of you. But it's going to use maybe like these really fluffy, ambiguous things that you might have done before that you don't really know, you can't pinpoint, to say that, okay, I created this, I did a good job, and then it's just going to move on. So taking time to actually have the thing that you achieved is important. To sit in the glory of what it feels like to help one person, to sign one client. Not only will that sustain you and make you feel like $1 million, but it's going to continually keep you in the mindset of constant creation and appreciation. Can you imagine a life that is just this rotation of creation and appreciation, and more creation that is fueled by this appreciation of what you've already created, and then more creation and more appreciation? This is called having a happy life. And it doesn't have to be this distant day in the future where you finally get everything that you want and it's going to stay like that and you can finally be happy. It's right here, like right now, in this moment. This is the only moment that you have of your life. You don't have tomorrow. You don't have yesterday. You only have right now, right this very moment. And so in this moment, what if you could look at what you have created? It's not zero. You're amazing. You're doing an amazing job. You're helping people every single day or every single week or even just every single month. You're helping one person. That's not nothing. That's not zero. Don't let your brain tell you it's not enough, because it's more than what you would have had if you did nothing. So for sure what you're doing is working. We could just duplicate it if we want our goal to be bigger. We could totally do that. That's just logistics. That gets us so far away from like, there's something wrong with me and I need to change up everything and nothing is working. We don't even need to go there, because obviously something is working. People are following you. People love you. People are reaching out to you. People are appreciating you. People are buying from you. It's working. Don't allow your brain to lie to you and tell you that it's not working. You just keep going and you just multiply it and you duplicate it. And instead of doing it in this really hustly way, what if we did it in this very appreciative way? In fact, what if we appreciated all the results that we are creating before we've ever created them? What if we just sat in the joy and the vision of what your business is becoming and what your community is becoming before it's ever been created? That is called being a leader. A leader is the person who can hold a vision for what your community is supposed to be like or what it's going to be like. So personally, for my community, what I'm trying to create, I am so grateful for this future community of leaders, people who feel like they're held by each other. They're people who have something to say and something to do, and they want to influence the world in big ways. And these people are taken care of, and they feel like they can handle their own lives so that then they can go out and be the people that they were born to be. And this community, the vision I have of this community is one of such beauty and magic and enchantment. And it feels like I already know these people, and I already love them, and they love each other, and they're holding each other. I could go on and on about what my vision is, but the point is, when you sit in that vision, and instead of thinking, oh, I'll never have that, or I better get to work, what if you're just thinking, this is inevitable. This is exactly what I'm creating right now. And it's going to be so amazing, and I feel so grateful for it right in this moment. Guess what? In this moment that you choose to be grateful for the future vision of what your business is, you have the business that you want. So be the person who has that business and use her to create the future that you're trying to create. Appreciate the past, appreciate the future, appreciate the present. It's all good enough. It's already good enough. You're already good enough. You're already exactly who you need to be. You're already the person that people need and that people love. If you can't sit for 1 minute in stillness, you are missing the goal that you set before the timeline has even come up, before the deadline has even been reached. You've missed it because you've already decided that once you get there, you're going to set another goal because that last one wasn't good enough. You're missing the joy that was supposed to come with it. All right, that was a lot. We're going to talk more about being the person who creates the goals. No. We're going to talk more about reaching your goals by being the person who reaches them instead of being who you are and thinking that you're not good enough and you have to change in order to reach them. We're going to talk about that next time. And we're also going to talk about creating the vision and gratitude and how useful that is in actually creating what you want to create and loving it. So if you learned anything today, I want it to be that you already have something to be celebrating yourself for right now. And that time spent in celebration is a very useful time because it causes you to believe in yourself. It causes you to say, hey, oh my gosh, I really did help somebody. I bet I could do it again. This is amazing. I'm just going to keep helping people like I actually did that. That is the best time that you could spend. So you might just want to watch your brain and see where it is. If it's right now telling you there's not really enough to celebrate, or I haven't done enough, or I haven't reached enough goals, I know that you can think of something. Just insert this little file, open a new file in your brain that's titled proof that I am successful. And then just start collecting evidence. Look for it everywhere. If somebody reaches out to you, if you've sold one thing, if you've just spent time working in your business, you're allowed to just decide, I'm successful. You're creating something all the time, regardless of if you can see the results or not. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey, it's me, Nicole. If you want to get behind the scenes of the one and only Thought Boss, that's me, come and stalk me on Instagram. I'm at Thought Boss Coaching. Or if you're ready to finally ditch imposter syndrome and anxiety and start changing the world like you know you were born to, your dreams are literally one phone call away. To sign up for a free consultation, just head to thoughtbosscoaching.com or find me on Instagram and send me a message.